Hi, having a great day. You're watching JG Entertainment, and for this video, I'm ranking the characters of Batman and the Wasp Quantumania. But in order to do this, I will be talking about spoilers, so spoiler warning. So you have not seen the movie, then please click out because I definitely gonna have some spoilers in this video. So yeah, let's get started. So yeah, I'm ranking the characters, and for these characters, I decided to do any character that had a minor role as well because there's not a lot of characters in this movie. So I included some characters that have minor roles just to expand the list a little more. And for that, I have a total of 12 characters. So yeah, let's start with number 12, which is last place. Now that's going to be Lord Krylar, which is played by Bill Murray, which is really sad because I thought I saw Bill Murray be really excited to be in an MCU movie and everything. I was like, oh, let's go. And then his role was really bad. I did not like his character at all. I thought it was kind of annoying. I thought it was funny that they explored that Jenna had needs. I was like, okay, that's an adult joke, but that's pretty funny. But beyond that, he was very useless. He was like he's somebody who took advantage of like the rebellion and sided with Kang. But we really never got to explore that. It was very much just a conversation. I wish there would have been some exploration with him. And I know in the script leak and probably the original script, where he was supposed to have a way bigger role in the movie, where at the end he was supposed to betray Kang. But that did not happen. So I mean, his role honestly in the final cut of the movie was pretty bad. I didn't like it at all. That sucks for Will Murray because he was really excited, but his role it was okay. It was really bad. All right, moving on to my number 11 spot, and that's going to be Quaz. And Quaz is the guy who can mind read, and I feel like he was just honestly a wasted potential. I mean, he was in his relation, he was kind of cool. I was like, he can read minds. It's going to come in really handy, especially against Kang. I think that could be a really good power against Kang to defeat Kang. Because I was like, well, Kang's like this super powerful person. Maybe the way they defeat him is because he can read the minds, and then like from there on, like they know what his next move is, and they kind of work together for that. But he was just there. Like he didn't do any of that. He was just there doing nothing. He didn't really do anything important in the movie except for the starting scene whenever they gave Scott and Cassie the ooze, and beyond that, that was it. Like there was nothing really important about it. There was like that one interrogation scene where he was like, "Give me the codes," and then he was like, "Never," and like the guy just read the mind. I thought it was kind of cool, and it just showed the potential that he could have had in this movie, but that he didn't. So yeah, that sucked. Especially since this is such a really OP power, it sucks that it wasn't used more. Alright, moving on to number 10, and that's going to be Solom. And Solom is the one with the one eye thing, the one that you can see the image next to me. And I thought he was pretty cool. I thought he was a pretty cool thing. I mean, he didn't really have any voice lines or anything, but I thought he was just really cool because of the design and the way whenever he shot lasers to all the ships and everything, I was like, that guy is cool. He should be the rebellion leader, or he should be like the main, like, muscle of the rebellion, because he was really cool. I wish I would have seen more action scenes with him, because we just saw like that really one small action scene whenever Kang attacks the rebellion base, but I would have been better if we would have seen more scenes with him because I thought it was pretty cool. Once again, something that I thought was wasted potential that they could have done a lot more with, which I feel like a lot of that was with this movie. I liked the movie, but I thought a lot of it was wasted potential, and that goes with this character as well. Alright, moving on to my number 9 spot, and that is going to be Jentorra, who is the freedom fighter leader, or the leader of the rebellion, whatever you want to say. And she was cool. She was cool. I thought she worked. But I mean, she didn't offer anything new. I never saw her as, oh my god, this girl is amazing. She's definitely the freedom leader. She was there. She was never taken too seriously in the movie, to be honest. Even against MODOK, I wish that like, maybe she would have died by MODOK's hands. I think it would have been a lot cooler. Like I feel like the movie really needs some darkness and to show why Kang was such a menace. So if Kang would have killed her, like if Kang would have honestly killed her in front of our heroes, I feel like it would have been a much more flawed character because this is the leader of the rebellion who literally just sacrificed herself for her people, and the fact that didn't happen really sucks. I like how they tried to give her some motivation about how Kang killed all the families and all their cities and towns and places where they lived. But once again, it's like a character that was just very superficial, not really nice to explore, despite the fact that there was a potential. So yeah, there's Jentorra. Alright, we're on to number 8 spot, and that's going to be Bev, the weird blob that kind of looks like a Fortnite skin that kept making those jokes about holes. That was pretty funny. And it's kind of weird that the ooze came from him. Kind of weird, but I thought it was pretty cool. I thought I liked this character. It was just something that I did some dimension to the movie by adding that weird host joke, which is a very adult joke, but I thought it was funny. It had me counting my holes. I was like, do I really have 7? So just for that, I think it worked. So yeah, number 8 spot. Alright, on to my number 7 spot, and that's going to be Hank, which it pains me to say that he's all the way down to 7th spot, because honestly, he's been one of the best things about the past 2 movies, but this movie, he was just too funny. It was too funny for the character that he is. Like, where was his seriousness? There was almost no seriousness into him. I thought that him and Janet needed a lot more time together. Like, they kept making jokes together, but I feel like they needed a lot more time to bond together again. It was like, oh, they're together? Guess everything's perfect now, you know what I mean? And I really wish they would have had some problems like, oh, now I'm used to do this, I'm used to doing this by myself. I don't know, I just felt too like okay, whatever. Like, it just didn't feel like there was scriptwriters know what to do with Hank in this movie. I thought it was kind of cool whenever he came in with all these ants that were like developing or whatever. I thought it was really cool, but it felt like a plot device in a lot of it. So that's why I hated it a little bit. But Hank did look really cool. I like how he looked with the rope and everything. Really cool look for Hank. But beyond that, I just didn't think his character offered anything new from his previous two movies. Like, I was seeing Ant-Man 1 again, and I was like, wow, Hank was so much better in Ant-Man 1 than in this movie. Because it just felt like he had no seriousness to his role, and it didn't really do anything to give him a character arc or nothing. He was just there. So yeah. Alright, on to my sixth spot, and that is going to be Hope. And Hope is another character that I felt was very much sidelined. For a movie called Ant-Man and the Wasp, there's very little Wasp in this movie. So yeah, but there was some really cool scenes with her, which is why she's higher than Hank. And that scene whenever she's like helping Scott pick up, I thought was really cool. And another thing I really appreciate from Hope is that she's very much that person that like either like you ride or you die. Like, that's very much her. Like, whenever her family went to the quantum realm, she let go. She was like, I'm gonna go get them right now. Or whenever Scott was still trapped, she came back for Scott. So it just really goes to show you that Hope is always gonna be there when you need her. I thought it was a really nice quality that they added to Hope. I was like, that's awesome. I respect for that one, Hope. But once again, she was a character that didn't really have a character arc or nothing. She was just kind of there on the sidelines. Which, like I said, for a movie called Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, it's definitely very much an Ant-Man and a Kang movie over Wasp. Because Wasp didn't really have anything to do with this movie. She was just there because she's Scott's couple, but it's very much another side character, and that's it. Which really sucks. I really would have liked to see a lot more Hope. I guess if it wasn't in this movie, who knows? Maybe another movie. I don't know. Let's see how much more Hope we get. But they're not doing a lot of justice to Hope, unfortunately. Alright, on to my number 5 spot, and that is going to be MODOK. And interesting enough, MODOK is higher than Hope and Hank and all these other characters, just because I thought he brought a lot of personality to the movie. Whether you like MODOK or not, you can definitely not tell me that he did not stand out in the movie, because he did. Many people thought it was for the worse, many people thought it was for the better. Me personally, I don't even know where I'm at, and I don't know if it's for the worse or for the better. But no matter what, he is in my number 5 spot just because he really stands out. I love the fact that he was Darren Cross. I wish he would have acted a little bit more like Darren Cross, because like I said, I was watching the first Ant-Man movie, and Darren Cross was like a menace in that movie, and I really wish I would have seen that more in this movie. Like, whenever he went to go look for Hank, I wish we would have had a genuine, really good scene instead of just like going straight to kill him. Like, I really wish we would have had like a nice horror scene talking about like, oh, you were my mentor, you left me behind, or something. I don't know, something more serious than whatever they gave us. I thought it was very much no. I felt like they just wasted their potential with Hank, which really sucked. Or with Scott for it to be as well. Like, I thought it wasted a lot of potential with him and Scott, to be honest. But once again, like I said, I think that he added a lot of personality to the movie. The one line where he's like, "But it's too late to stop being a dick." I was like, okay, interesting. Or whenever he was like, "At least I'll die an Avenger," it gave me a couple chuckles, which is, I think, good. I think it's like a joke that actually worked in the movie. So overall, MODOK, just because he really stood out in this movie for better or for worse, I thought he was at number 5 just for staying out off the movie. So that's pretty awesome. Alright, number 4 is Janet. And Janet is a character that really got carried by her flashbacks. The flashbacks with Kang were amazing and by far one of the best parts of the movie. Like, those are the flashbacks where you really do feel Kang's like psychoness and like Kang's like threat, and you really do feel like Janet was really stuck and she really wanted to work with Kang and whatnot. And I love seeing those flashbacks, and that's the main reason why I really like Janet in this movie. Beyond that, like after like in the flash forwards, like in present time, I thought she was okay. She got a little bit annoying because she never wanted to tell her family what was going on, and I'm like, you're doing so much worse if you don't tell them, so just tell them now, you know what I mean? It got kind of annoying, but other than that, I mean, she was just there once again. She was kind of like Hope. She was just kind of there. She was just there to like be used as a plot device through the quantum realm, which I didn't mind. I thought it was fine. I thought she had some really cool interactions, but I really wish we would have seen once again a character arc, which she had like this PTSD with Kang. So I really wish they would have done something with that. I feel like they kind of did it a little bit just because keeping it away from her family and whatnot. But with that PTSD, I feel like they could have done a lot more, especially towards the end of the movie. Like maybe like finally fight Kang one-on-one or something. Even if she loses, I think it would have been so much better than just not have her do anything. I don't know. I feel like she really lacks some potential here. Alright, moving on to my third spot, entering the top 3, and that's going to be Cassie Lang. And I thought Cassie was the one that brought the charm into the film, along with Scott, but we'll get into Scott a little bit. But yeah, she brought the charm to the film, which I thought was pretty cool. I definitely have seen the daughter and father interactions. I thought it was really cool. I don't know, I felt like Cassie just kind of brought this fire in. Still, at the same point, I really hated some scenes that she had, especially the one where she had to give the rebellion speech about how they had to come together and whatnot. That scene was really bad and really painful to watch. And also, whenever she was talking to MODOK about not being a dick, once again, I don't know how I feel about that scene. I don't know if it was funny or if it was like the scene's bad. I can't tell. But overall, I just thought Cassie, the actress, did a good job. I think she just brought some energy to the film, which I think it was very much needed because that a lot of the film was just there. Like I felt when I was watching the film, I was like, oh, this is just there. And I thought whenever Cassie showed up, at least she brought some energy to the film and started pumping it up a little bit. So that's good. I thought she had some personality in the film, and that really stood out. And like I said, hers and Scott's relationship was really one of the highlights of the movie. Just seeing this father and daughter interaction, and really seeing how, you know, lost time, now they can kind of be friends because now they're both adults, and how they can be friends and whatnot. I don't know, I think it's just a really cool thing to just explore in this movie. And while it wasn't explored like to the best potential that it could have been, I thought there was some stuff there that made it work. So that's what Cassie said number 3. Alright, number 2 is going to be Kang, which is interesting enough. I always thought it was going to put it number 1, but Scott was just too good. So yeah, let's put it Kang at number 2. And he started off really, really good with his introduction. You know, whenever he was in the prison and he was like torturing Scott, I was like, this guy is awesome. This is going to be amazing. So yeah, I was like very hyped up to see it. And then, to much of my disappointment, it didn't really live up to the hype. You know, I thought that, at least that's how I felt. Like I thought Jonathan Majors did a great job portraying Kang. Once again, especially in the flashbacks, you really felt the threat of Kang, and he really was kind of like an anti-hero in a sense, and I really loved that. But towards the end of the movie, he just embarrassed himself completely. He got destroyed by ants. He was like getting thrown up everywhere. He lost in a really dumb way. Wasp was just shooting these things at him, and then he ended up hitting something, and then he just disappeared. Like, it was just really dumb. Like, he lost really dumb, in a really dumb way, and I thought it was just really embarrassing. He was like a kid that was just regional the whole time. Really dislike that from Kang. I wish that we would have seen a lot more of like his kind of like control power. I don't know. There's something about Kang that was missing towards the end of the film. Towards the start of the film, like I said, I thought it was amazing. The flashes were amazing. The introduction, whenever he's talking to Scott, and it's like, how I killed you before, and he's like torturing him, and then he's like putting him up, and he's like holding his daughter up and whatnot. All this type of stuff was like super awesome. I thought Kang, I was like, this is gonna be amazing. But yeah, after that, towards the end of the movie, like I said, it just kind of felt like a cartoon character. I was like, this can't be the same guy that killed all the Avengers, right? I don't know. I felt like something was missing. I really wish I would have seen some conquering from him. For somebody called Kang the Conqueror, we never saw some conquering in this movie. Maybe some flashbacks, like, you know, whenever Janet touched the chair, I really wish we would have seen some flashbacks to him actually conquering, because it just kind of played some flashes of something. And I was like, can you give me a scene where he's like conquering? That would have been so much better. So I don't know. Overall, I think Kang worked in the movie, which is the right number 2 spot. I thought Jonathan Majors did an amazing job as Kang, and I kind of want to see where he goes next, especially with all those Kang variants, and especially in Loki season 2. I can't wait for that. The second post-credit scene was amazing. But in this movie itself, like I said, the first half of the movie, Kang, was amazing. Second half of the movie, Kang, kind of embarrassing, to be honest. Sucked for Kang. But yeah. Alright, number 1 is going to be Scott. And he really brought the heart to the film. And he really was the thing that really made the film for me. Because, like, for example, that scene whenever he has to pile with a bunch of himself to kind of reach the top for Cassie, that was so beautiful, and I was like, something really awesome. It's like, that's the best scene in the movie, and it is my favorite scene of the movie. Whenever he sees like all the alternate selves, you know, the one with Baskin Robbins, that one's really funny too. I thought he brought the charm to the movie. You know, whenever he was hearing his audiobook, I was like, that's hilarious. He's missing like all his daughter's birthday, so he made like that birthday thing that even though it's not his daughter's birthday, all that type of stuff. I thought was really awesome. Everything that scene whenever he was like, I don't have to win, I just have to make both of us lose, that was amazing. I really wish we would have explored that a little bit more. I Kang got defeated within like 10 seconds after. I really wish they would have both lost, and I really wish that they would have gotten stuck in the quantum realm together. That would have been amazing. But yeah, that kind of sucks. I think that was the original script. I read the leaked script, and that was the original script that we're both gonna lose, and then they did the reshoots and they changed the ending. I didn't like the end of the movie at all, but I think the original script would have been a lot better and a little bit on a loss. And like I said, that line, I don't have to win, I just have to lose, is an amazing line. I thought it really hit. Whenever he's getting beat up by Kang, amazing scene. Overall, I just thought that Scott and Paul Rudd really played Scott perfectly. He really brought the charm, he really brought the emotion, he really brought the feel that he's the little guy. And just in general, I thought Scott really worked in this movie. Like I said, especially that one scene whenever he's helping himself out, like with a pile of ant-mans for his daughter. Really powerful stuff. So yeah, Scott by far the best part of the movie. And so yeah, that's my characters rank for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Tell me your own ranking down in the comments. I'm definitely gonna read it and respond. Very curious to hear where you put the characters. I'm pretty sure most of you have Kang number 1. But I definitely want to read your ranking down in the comments because I feel like a lot of the other ones are different. So yeah, tell me what you think about it down in the comments. As well as tell me what you think about each character individually. Like, what do you think about MODOK? What do you think about Kang? I'm very curious about those thoughts specifically for those characters. Tell me those down in the comments. And yeah, as always, please leave a like if you enjoyed this video. It really helps out love videos, so please leave a like and subscribe for a lot more content. I'm in the Wasp Quantumania's box office, post-credit scenes, more stuff on Marvel, DC, Star Wars, shows in general, movies in general, all type of stuff. Subscribe for all that content. And yeah, that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And this is Jeremy Entertainment. Out.